gotta check first because last time it happened, we were screwed up by YouTube's thing. Are we live? Stream health? I am live. Hello, welcome to the Noiseroom podcast.
All right, so listen. I pull into the McDonald's, and I see this fucking cutie, like this 10 out of 10 fucking cutie. And I tell her, I gotta tell her, I look her in the eye and I say, girl, let me get a 10-piece McNuggets with a medium fries, and can I upgrade the Coke? And I turn to my buddies, I go, you guys want anything? You guys want anything?
I want a Borgar.
Anything else happen after that?
Yeah, she gave me the order. I said thank you, and I walked out, and we ate our food.
Nom, nom, nom.
Was she a cute,
That was it.
she was a fucking orange, one of those tiny oranges?
No, she was a person.
Okay.
No.
Are you sure it was not an orange with googly eyes?
That could have been the case. I tend to get fooled by that a lot. That wouldn't be the first time.
All right.
I stopped questioning who is really a person.
Guys, welcome to the Noiseroom podcast where go to bed, Paul.
So, Fred, explain go to bed, Paul.
Okay, so basically,
welcome to the Noiseroom podcast where I can show you the fucking door and you can get the fuck out.
Welcome to the Noiseroom podcast.
Go to fucking bed, Paul.
The Noiseroom podcast where we get noisy. That's essentially the idea.
Welcome to the
Noiseroom podcast.
No, I got one. Welcome to the Noiseroom podcast where I'm significantly more attractive than you are.
Debate me.
Welcome
I'm
to the
significantly more attractive than you are. Debate me.
We will be noisier than you.
The chat is
Welcome to the
live
Noiseroom
tonight.
Welcome to the Noiseroom podcast where imagine my shock.
Imagine my shock.
Imagine my shock.
Imagine my shock to find that everyone hates me and I'm a prick.
Today we're making fun of this.
Cookie Monster, but him, Paul the Cookie Monster.
Today we're making fun of this fucking right-wing political pundit, Infowars, Alex Jones-esque guy.
Character.
Alex Jones-esque character who tweeted at Anthony Fantano. Why did I say Michael? Who tweeted at Anthony Fantano saying, I'm more attractive than you.
Debate me.
Debate me.
The exact tweet was I'm significantly more attractive and more interesting than you, and so is my girlfriend. Your girlfriend is very ugly, and so are you. These are facts. Debate me.
And then everyone's just fucking roasting him in the comments.
Everyone's quoting the fucking tweet in the comments and just replying with that. They're spamming in the comments literally that.
Debate me, more like jabate me.
Okay.
By the way,
guys,
I just want to say the chat is exceptionally live today. We got Conman, we got Con, we got Ocean View, we got Spira.
Jeez,
and
we've
got a second Nibble Penda saying, "Yeet skeet, it's time to sleep."
Oh, so Matt, what did you want to ask? Because you were about to say
I wanted
something.
to ask if Paul Joseph Watson is really a person or just a tiny orange with googly eyes drawn.
I don't know. It's probably both.
Of course not. They
that's
also
really
draw a little face on them.
I think Paul Joseph Watson being a person is like this alt-right conspiracy theory. I tend to think the same about Alex Jones just being a really angry apple.
Yeah, but there's something about Alex Jones that actually makes him entertaining. He's just Paul's just like trash. Like you watch him and you're like, I'm so bored.
His response to he lost me after his response to H Bomber Guy, where all he did was put on a fucking wig and just do like a fucking mawkish voice and not address any of the fucking comments that H Bomber Guy made. And
oh no.
I don't know. I sometimes run the scenario in my head of like him going to the store and purchasing the wig.
Matt, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry to interrupt. He just tweeted something, and I gotta read
Okay,
it.
what did he fucking tweet?
He also replied to because H3 also came in and said something.
No, not H3.
Yeah.
In the words of the best voice actor in the world. Oh no.
Hold on.
H3 said, "Get this guy's sponsor out of here."
Paul just responded because I'm not gonna go what H3 said, but Paul just responded. He just tweeted out. He said, "I should show more mercy to these two losers, H3 and Anthony Fantano, but I'm so painfully more handsome than both of them. It's tough. If they both apologize for daring to my challenge, to challenge my vastly superior intellect and charm, I may reconsider. The ball is in your court." That's
Yeah, you know what? You know what you should do? You should reply to that with like the.
Are turning brown.
This
You
shit
should
just
reply
makes
to that
me
with, like, the
shake my
fucking-
head and sigh.
You should reply to that with like the fucking like you know that picture of that guy, that cartoon guy with like the shrunken brain.
No, wait, guys. I need to read
the brainlet I
this.
sent the other day.
I need to read this in the way that it should be read.
You gotta read it in a condescending.
To these two losers, H3 and the Needle Drop. But I'm so painfully more handsome than both of them, it's tough. If they both apologize for daring to challenge my vastly superior intellect and charm, I may reconsider.
You know, you're not actually very far off. You're not actually very far off.
He sounds like that.
I should show more mercy to these two losers.
Ourselves a male Karen.
I've never seen this man, so I don't know.
You're close. You're close.
You don't need to see anything. There's nothing to see about him.
I know we're not on Twitch.
Exactly that.
I know we're not on Twitch right
Is
now.
that the picture you wanted me to
clip
send?
this.
Because that's what I sent in
Which
the
one?
comments. Political Gates. That's
Yeah, it's good. That's good. Just send what his quote is and just send that.
Oh, you want me to quote? Okay. Well, I already sent it.
Smooth brain.
Yeah. You know what? That's a good idea, Matt.
Oh,
I'll give you one thing. Your brain is smoother than his.
What is okay?
Oh, boy.
Can anybody? Okay.
Wait, he has a brain?
Not to go on a low branch here, but what the fuck is that his profile background? Is that a duck? Is that just a
Good
duck
question,
with a giant
Techno.
beak? I don't know. It doesn't look like a duck.
It represents how quackers he is.
Sure.
Yeah,
All
that makes
right,
sense.
do we want to just keep making? I'm more attractive than you.
I'm down to just keep making fun of him for like 3 hours.
I don't think we should turn into the kill stream.
No.
I don't think we should turn into the kill
We
stream.
could make
But
fun of him. But why don't we just ignore him? Because that's how most stupidity goes away.
Nah.
Nah, no way.
that'll be taking the higher playing field. And what fun is that?
Yeah, there's no
Being
fun in that.
infinitely better than
I'm
someone
more
is not as fun
attractive
as
than
playing
you.
on their level.
It's behind the
It
tree.
is. It's the 198
Change my
IQ
mind.
move.
You know, come on. I tell Speedwagon over here to bring some stories.
I have
And then
some stories,
Sto's just like, no,
actually.
look. Let's make fun of this guy who tweeted something really stupid.
I have like
Welcome to the
3
Noiseroom
stories under my
podcast,
belt.
where we. Welcome to the Noiseroom podcast, where we totally just take the script and shit on it.
Yep.
Welcome to the Noiseroom podcast where, ooh, butterfly.
Train on the water, shit on the
Yeah.
script.
Also, Techno, you're absolutely right. It is just a duck. I don't get why there's a duck on this fucking banner.
No, I see it now. It's his pinned tweet. New video. Modernity.
Oh, right. No.
It's just
Yeah, all
a
he does is
saturated
fucking-
version of that same picture.
That feeling when you have your own
Wading
username
deeper
and people
into
call you
hell
Speedwagon.
world. Intro music. Sagittarius V. Lucidator.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
Sagittarius
quote.
V music
I'm gonna
at
quote.
gap.com.
I'm gonna quote what H3 said because I didn't mention it, but now I feel like it. He answered to what because Fantano quote tweeted Paul, and then H3 replied saying Paul Joseph Watson's face should be on every carton of soy milk in the world. And then Paul,
Oh my god! Oh my god!
he replied. He replied, and
There's
he
a
said,
specific reason
No,
for
no, no.
soy milk.
No. He said, correct. My face should be displayed everywhere possible because I am that handsome and authentic, unlike you two little bitches. That's what he replied with.
None of them are female
He
dogs.
sounds
Doesn't
like-
he know his definitions?
He
Okay,
sounds
so-
like a freaking like. Okay, like.
Can I
anyone
explain the
feels-
reason for soy milk? Can I
Yeah, go
explain
ahead.
the
I think
reason
I
for
know.
soy
I
milk?
think I know.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, to everyone who doesn't know, Paul Joseph Watson is the one who coined the term soy boy, which essentially means a really feminine, like a really feminine male, or someone who consumes a lot of soy, or just whoever he wants to fucking call.
It's like if femboy was an insult for
Fuck.
conservatives.
Fuck, I gotta.
No. It's just essentially anyone who he wants to call, like, if he wants to call someone a name but isn't smart enough to like actually find a name to call them, he just calls them a soy boy. But he works at InfoWars, and they sell this vitamin, which actually contains like a bunch of fucking soy in it.
I was gonna say like, fuck, I better throw out my soy sauce. That's the only soy I consume. Soy sauce.
Yeah.
I see soy. I consume. Nom.
Soy boy, the forgotten character.
I put it
soy
on my
boy.
What
racist
about the soy toy?
Why did I just
Soy
say it like
Joseph.
that? Delicious.
Are we ever gonna get to the stories? Or are we just gonna make fun of
Yeah.
a fucking right-wing pundit?
We're gonna get into
I'm sure
the
that there are
stories.
people in the chat who want this to turn into the kill stream.
Let's go.
Oh, no.
We're fucking murdering someone tonight, boys.
Spyro says he's
We're
a
about to
moist
end this
boy.
man's career. Not.
I'm about to end this man's whole career. He did it himself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Omnitron 12345 says Bizarro Critic Inc. Glad to be here.
Yeah, Omni's actually when when Ruins brought me in again. This was actually last minute. I wasn't planning on coming over, but I was like, what the hell? I was talking to Omni on Discord, and I was like, yeah, dude, check it out.
Oh, hey, Omni.
The fun
Shout
of it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Omni.
Shout out to Omnitron.
Yeah,
the
I
700
recommend-
people.
I highly recommend checking out his channel. He did a lot of really fun tribute videos, and now he does those videos on Blair. Also, he does some really interesting fan fiction ideas.
Ooh.
Again, he does some really fun
Nice.
stuff, and like we chat a lot on Discord on just superhero stuff, fan fiction ideas.
Ooh.
At some points I might do a video on it someday, but on some of the ideas I've shared with him. But yeah, but moving on, let's talk about some damn stories
the
here.
interesting thing before we do that though, the interesting thing about the name Omni is me hanging.
means every.
Me in like 2016 having been hanging around a bunch of bronies. I'm not a brony, but I hang around them a lot. Apparently, Snow.
You're an
knows.
honorary brony.
I very well could be at this point. When I hear Omni, the first thing that comes into my mind is Omnipony.
Yeah. Well, he went from Omni to Omnipony to Omni, and then back to Omnipony. Yeah.
My favorite pony is the pony version of Paul Joseph Watson.
Oh my god, I'm sure that
I
exists.
Oh.
Hold on.
I will throw
Hold
you.
I'm
on,
not a
I
My
need
Little
to
Pony
check.
fan, but isn't
Paul?
there like a pony
No,
version
okay.
of Doctor
Ruins.
Who?
You
I
guys are
will
kid-
throw
no,
you.
You guys are
There is.
laughing. Okay, I need to say something. You guys are laughing, but like the alt-right is huge in the brony community now.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not
they
kidding.
are.
It's got so big. It's got no, it's not so big, but like
I need to close
a
my window.
good like 50% of the community is alt-right, and everyone's pissed at them right now.
They've
But
always
there is-
been alt-right.
there is- no,
a lot of the major figures
Got it
were
right.
alt-right.
No, okay, so I had this specific story that happened. I told you about it before. It's that the MLP poll on 4chan got mixed together with the political poll on 4chan, and that's
Nothing like
when
MLP in politics.
that's when all the alt-right bronies
Ooh.
birthed. That's when all the alt-right bronies birthed.
Can I say something regarding the lesser liked side of the brony industry?
Yeah.
Audio Wave Dasher!
Techno, be careful. He's gonna copyright the podcast, and we're not gonna be able to.
If we say his name, he's gonna copyright strike us.
Only if
and
you
then
say
how
it
will we
3
make
times.
fun
No,
of
no,
Paul
no,
Joseph
no,
Watson?
no. It only works if you say it 3 times. I read up on this shit. Believe me.
If you say
Snow?
it 3 times, it's gonna appear.
The brony community is
fine.
about almost as big as Paul
You know what?
Joseph. It's almost as
You know
big as his ego.
You know what?
What?
I'm gonna fucking do it.
What?
I'm gonna
No,
fucking say their names.
No, Matt,
They're gonna
you can't.
fight.
What?
He's
What?
gonna appear.
What?
Well, I'm gonna drink.
Audio Wave Dasher. Audio Wave Dasher.
Who lives in the
Audio
box?
Wave
None of the
Dasher.
names. Audio
Oh,
Wave
wait.
Dasher.
I'm not done. Paul Joseph Watson. Paul Joseph Watson. Now they fight.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Bingo
hold on.
joint.
I got one. Anthony Fantano.
This is how you guys summoned me last podcast, is by saying my name 3 times.
Oh yeah.
No, I summoned you by
wait,
assuming that you would be.
Who is this?
Oh, we had.
Maya. What's up,
Fuck,
Maya?
it didn't work. It
All right,
didn't work
let's do a
someone the wrong
podcast with 7
person,
people.
But,
Oh,
but
no,
also
let's
the
do-
right person.
Are you sure that's a good idea? I guess that's okay.
We'll
7 people this time is good.
Whatever. The Avengers
No,
kept.
wait,
Whatever.
what's
The Avengers.
happening?
Yes.
We're making fun of our. Okay, to catch you up, we were talking about the Brony community. We made fun of an alt-right pundit on Twitter, and
We summoned Audio Wave Dasher.
Yes.
But except we didn't summon Audio Wave Dasher. Apparently, we summoned you. So that's great.
Also,
wait, what if Maya was Paul Joseph Watson the whole time?
No,
Joseph
what if
Watson
she was
all
Ben
along.
Jackson the whole time?
No. Oh
Are
God.
you really? Oh man.
No, what's
Are
happening
you really?
with the 7 people? I'm confused.
Because
Okay,
you weren't
7
there,
people
so we
podcast.
replaced you for now. But you can
Why
we
did
can
nobody
kick
tell me
someone
I'm
out.
being replaced?
Matt, Maya,
We
I DM'd you like 3
We tried
times.
calling
I
you.
called
I
We
know,
tried
I
calling you. We all tried to call.
Worst comes to worst, you can always contact me via Facebook.
Oh,
I don't have
yeah,
Facebook.
well, sorry, Maya, I didn't think of that, and yeah, we did. We just replace. Well, not replace you. We thought we would bring someone in while we were waiting for you.
It's fine. 7-person podcast
Yeah.
is okay this
We're
time.
chill. We're chill.
We chill.
We're all ice cubes.
Okay,
None of us
can
are going
we-
to catch fire.
Yeah, can we decide on that? Because last time somebody was kicked because of something like this.
Okay, yeah, no, I
And
don't
it
want
wasn't
people to be
fair.
kicked.
It wasn't
Okay,
fair.
okay, I don't want people to be kicked anymore. So 7-person podcast is fine if we happen to if one of the hosts can't make it and then they can, you know?
Yeah.
Specifically in this situation, a 7-person
I wasn't
podcast.
gonna make it.
You didn't say anything, and we tried to contact you all day.
Do we need to go to break? Because I can
No,
do
we're
this
good.
if we're
No, we
We
can
chill.
think.
okay. I just
Not replying is the same thing as saying no.
Yeah,
saying.
it's kind
I
of
wasn't,
fact.
I'm sorry, I wasn't on laptop. I didn't have.
Yeah, it's okay, Maya. We just said it was fine.
we understand.
It's all good.
We have things. I was late to the last one. But anyway,
chill.
I want to change the topic a little bit.
Yeah.
Snow, as much
Yeah.
shit as I've been talking about the Brony fandom, I talk a lot of shit about the Brony fandom. I say a lot of admittedly deserved crap about the
Well,
fandom.
okay, it depends on which part you're talking about, but I agree with what you're saying.
But you brought up something about something that I liked, and I got to admit, yeah, we got a fucking terrible fandom
Alex,
too.
where am I supposed
And
to go? I'm confused. I'm just
and that's
following
the-
you,
You're
and
not
I'm
supposed to
getting
go
lost.
anywhere. You're not supposed to go anywhere.
Or you brought up something about a fandom that, you know, and recently allegations have come out about the Smash fandom
Oh yeah,
that
right.
I'd like to talk about.
Oh boy, yeah, that's right.
So-
that was a thing.
I'd actually like to talk about it because,
You can.
like, holy shit, I've got a lot to say, and I don't want
Yeah.
to make a fucking video about on my channel.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Oh,
put it in
boy.
the vernacular of.
You can start, Matt, because I think you're the most well versed on the subject. I'm assuming.
Okay, yeah. I spent weeks collaborating notes. This is a complicated subject, so I'm just gonna come out and, you know, I prepared a speech.
Yeah.
Fuck all y'all!
That's not a long
That's good
speech.
enough. Good enough.
Okay,
God
let me explain.
Damn.
You, as a high-ranking figure in the fucking community, should treat yourself with some fucking respect. People look up to you. Zero, Nairo, fucking who else? Mewtwo King wasn't one of them. He got alligated, but he was able to prove the allegations wrong. All the contenders at EVO, you gotta hold yourself to a fucking higher standard. You can't invite fucking 14-year-old girls back to your fucking room for friendlies. You gotta fucking like think about this shit.
Definitely.
You know what? I'm happy that all of these fucking pedophiles got revealed. And I'm fucking angry at the community for I'm angry at the fucking community for letting this happen and letting this get this far.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happy that these fucking creeps, these fucking terrible people are outed and just fucking gone.
I do feel the
and
need
never
to say something.
Again.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can go ahead.
As a person with a friend who was alligated for something like that, but didn't actually do it, they were proved wrong, not done that.
Yeah.
The witch hunt is also a bit like exhausting for the people who haven't done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but like these allegations are serious. Like these
I think people backed off of Mewtwo King once they realized that
Yeah,
they're going after the right people. I fucking love the one of the things I do love is how these allegations were brought to light is essentially fuck Cinny Pie. That's the other one. Fuck Cinny Pie. She's not getting off scot-free just because I forgot her name for a second. These allegations came to light because of a group that called themselves the Phantom Thieves, and they'd at people saying, "You, the bastard of lust, you're now going to come clean for your sins." And it just became like this Persona 5 situation.
Oh, God.
Can I ask why Bizarro left?
the world may never know.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
I'll ask.
Yeah, we can keep going.
He's in the Tootsie set of a Tootsie Pop. The world may never know. So I was gonna I just want to point out at the beginning of that, now I understand where half of your references come from, Matt, because I watched SAO.
That's a good that was a good portion of them. That was a good portion of them. And I'm glad I finally got you to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I really am. It was like something that I was meaning to get you to watch. That's where some of them come from. But I'm also happy that you're watching Hamilton.
Yeah. Musicals are slow for me to kind of get into, but like the ones that I've really enjoyed, the ones that I've seen I've really enjoyed.
This one you're gonna get a lot out of, I think.
I can't say the same for all of the ones that I've been a part of, though.
I get you.
I need to.
Fun fact: I was part of Seussical in middle school.
You need to be what?
I need to watch Hamilton now that it's on Disney Plus. Since we're talking about musicals,
I'm planning on watching it with my mother sometime.
Oh, you didn't watch it yet?
I've seen.
You went
actual...
to Hamilton, yeah. You went to the actual thing. Yeah.
I went to the actual show.
Yeah.
But I'm planning on watching it on Disney Plus with my mom.
I don't know who I'm gonna watch it. My girlfriend doesn't like musicals, so I can watch it with her. I think I'll just watch it alone. Yeah.
Yeah, majority of my references will come from Sword Art Online Abridged, Hamilton, Rick and Morty.
Sword Art Online. I'm sorry, that's a mean.
Story time soon?
Oh, right. Yeah, we should probably get into some stories.
All right.
You can go ahead if you want.
Oh, Bizarro can't get back in, so I'm just gonna...
No, tell him to get in general. I'll grab him in. I'll drag him in.
All right.
Yeet him back into the chat, boys.
Yeah. Yeet him back in.
Alrighty. Stories.
So...
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
This isn't really a story, but I already sort of mentioned it. I was a who in the Seussical in like middle school.
Who?
Exactly. Apparently I was the loudest who there.
I mean, we are a part of the Noiseroom.
I was the only one projecting in my entire choir.
So, okay, I actually got a funny story about Seussical.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was also in Seussical for a summer program way back in 2013.
Can someone catch me up on what that is?
Seussical is a Dr. Seuss musical.
Oh, I see.
Essentially the world of Dr. Seuss.
Yeah.
It's Horton Hears a Who, but with all of kind of like the Dr. Seuss characters.
Horton Hears a Who,
and I was in it.
I
was in it, and I played the Grinch. Now, let me tell you something about the Grinch.
Jim Carrey.
Our version scrubbed past the Grinch song.
Oh.
Because we didn't have time for it. And it didn't fall into the story at all.
It's essentially it wasn't the Grinch's song. He had a line in a fucking song. And that was in the Whoville song.
Uh-huh.
And I was fucking pissed off all day because it was like the early summer.
You were the Grinch.
I'm getting to that. And we had to fucking like work outside. We had to fucking like work outside all day, which was practicing fucking dance moves outside for 4 hours with no goddamn breaks.
I fucking hated.
They did not give you a fucking break. They did not give you a fucking break specifically this time. And I was pissed because I was fucking hungry and I wanted to eat shit. I wanted to eat something.
You were hangry.
I was flangry. but essentially, okay, let me finish this story. So I was just pissed off all day, and I was fucking showing it. And they're like, Matt, dude, you're getting an attitude problem. And I'm like, no, I'm in character. And guess what? Guess what? They believed me.
Oh my god, yes.
They were like, dude, that guy's actually really good. He's been in character all day.
Is this how you found out you're? Is this how you found out you're a really good method actor?
Essentially, I guess. No, that's just a way. Because I was fucking angry. I was fucking tired. It was hot, and I didn't want to hide it anymore. I couldn't conceal it, so I was just like, you know what? I'm the character now. I am the character. I guess it was my first attempt at method acting.
When you
And then I became a fucking writer, and that did fucking wonders for what I ended up becoming.
That actually is a segue into my story.
Okay.
It might make you a little angry if at any given moment you could crash or be drowned. Hitting the ground? Oh my. Here on Who, the tiniest planet in the sky.
That's the one. That's the song, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yep. My parents still remember the la hoo hoo to this day.
The only thing I can remember is my teacher would fucking yell I remember the thinks.
The things you can think. Yep.
All right.
As you splash and you splish. That was the McElligot's Pool version.
Oh, I love McElligot's Pool. Okay, go ahead. We've been interrupting you for too long.
Okay, I literally started in this entire community of voice acting, writing and all that half a year ago. I started writing, got bored of that, moved to voicing after writing, and then got bored of that. Moved to 3D, and it just kept going from there.
What's funny? I actually got a story for
Blender?
That. I actually got a story about that because
clothes.
I actually have a story about that because back in high school, I didn't always want to be a writer. In fact, for the most part, I wanted to be an actor. And then my teacher said, Matt, you're pretty good at this. You should probably pursue writing. And I was like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. Because at the time, I had a story in my mind, in my heart, that I really wanted to pursue and I really wanted to try and get out there. So from then on, I kind of started to heavy pursue writing. And it's been fun, don't get me wrong, but the thing about writing is it's a lonely world until you can get if you're not writing in a group or you're not it can be a really fucking lonely world. And I've always kind of written on the side. And I think that's when my work was best, honestly, is when I cared less about that and I put more of my focus into acting, strangely enough, was when I wrote more free. And I tend to function better while working free, you know?
I get that. My writing's better when I pull it out my butt.
I know, right? The best stuff in one of our short films was freaking improv.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
legit.
I feel like writing. Let's see what writing I should tweet today. 2 minutes later, okay, I got myself like a 5-thread story thing.
Here's
2 minutes.
It's the same.
Twit
thing
longer
with
is
me.
your.
It's the same thing with me writing for another concept series I'm working on. I've been working on for about a decade now, but like Matt knows the one. It's kind of like you can't just make yourself write. It kind of has to come to you. You gotta like be inspired to think of the situation.
In order to write, it has to feel right.
Think of the situation that you want to make dialogue for, and then just spitball it, see what sticks.
No, you want to know what's actually funny is I work best when it's like my current story, my fucking romance story that I'm working on. How that's been going is I found out a lot of my stories go like this is I think of an awesome moment, or I think of like a really cool moment, and I try to write around it, and I connect that to like the rest of the storyline, and that's how I kind of that's how
a good way to get a plot down.
It really is strange. One of the funny things is I have this moment. Okay, so essentially the story is essentially about it's funny is everyone in the server makes a joke about me dating an AI, but that's my plot. That is the next story I'm working on is a man dates an AI.
Huh.
And there's this like moment where like one of my favorite moments in the story is just when it's this little perspective match I thought of where it was like essentially the AI like gets out and gets lost somewhere in the city and the guy has to save her. And when he finally does, he tells her, "I can't let you out of my sight." And she takes it as, "Oh my God, that's so sweet. He can't let me out of his sight."
Who broke the AI's GPS?
It never had one. She takes it as, "Oh my God, that's so sweet. He can't let me out of my sight." He takes it as, "Oh fuck, thank God I found you. I can't let you out of my sight. You are such a hassle."
Oh boy.
That is really nice.
Everything needs to be in context.
I love that. And they tooled that whole story around perspective and just like playing with it.
Do 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 do.
Hello?
Yes.
We're all still here.
Yep.
Yeah. By the way, he's actually told me.
Sorry. Okay.
I can tell you
one
dark shit about my past, but all right.
Sure, go.
Dumb shit about my past.
Oh, dumb shit. Yeah, sure, go ahead if you want.
Wait, are you talking to me, Matt?
Bizarro.
Okay. I guess, yeah. So, I guess I'll tell you the story of how I gave my entire classroom nightmares because I wrote my first horror story.
Oh, this is the writing podcast. I love it.
Yeah, so this is like way back in high school. I've mentioned before, I had kind of an asshole phase going on. And this was around Halloween, right? And my English class, which was my favorite class to do because I fucking loved English and my teacher always encouraged us to write creative stories. And the beginning of the class would always have the exercise of making up a story. So
Oh yeah, I remember my class had that too, actually.
Yeah, and so so my teacher for Halloween told us to tell ghost stories, and so I had a partner with me, but my partner wasn't really interested in writing the story. He's not really into scary shit. So he's like, you cover it, man. Like, I'll throw in some stuff and like you can work with it. And I'm like, okay, fine. What do you think I should do? And he's like, okay, how about a bunch of kids go to a haunted house over a bet? And I'm like, okay, fine. I write the story, and I guess everyone else, when they heard spooky story from my teacher, they went with more fun spooky. I went with more horrifying spooky, because essentially,
good God,
I wrote a story where, as my partner said, he wanted have it be about like some kids going inside a haunted house, 5 kids. They go inside this house. The house goes dark, and the lights come, and eventually they find a light, and they notice that one of their friends is missing. They look around for him. They can't find him anywhere. But then they hear a faint, like, whimper, or something that sounds like a whimper. And they find out the whimper's coming from this door, which leads to a cellar. They go down to the cellar, and they notice that the cellar doesn't look right. Like, it looks like the wall is covered in some weird, almost like skin-like wallpaper.
Ooh, okay.
Oh boy.
And I'm getting to it. Then the wall and the floor it's solid, but it's not. But I describe it as it's not really like marble or wood, or not even concrete, but it's a hard material. And eventually they get closer to the whimper, and they see their friend, and he's like telling their friends to come closer. They get closer, and eventually they notice that their friend is standing in a weird way, and they see that there's something behind him.
Puppet Master times.
Yeah, it turns out. Oh, I'm getting to it. Then they notice that there's something up with their friend, until they find out that their friend is dead, and he was fucking impaled. And what they thought was a stick slowly starts to move closer to them, and actually starts bending around it. So their friend's body is actually getting like crushed and broken and shit. And it turns out that what was impaling their friend wasn't a stick or like some sort of pike or whatever. It's a finger. It's a big ass finger, and then more of them start, growing out of the ground.
Oh,
they start running for their lives, and like more hands start like grabbing them from the ground. They're not like popping out of the ground like zombies. They're forming from the ground, from the walls, and they're all trying to get out. One of them unfortunately gets caught. The kids are just trying to barge in there. The house itself starts to form in a weird way, and like you start to see like you're seeing like everything start to form into a more kind of flesh-like state. And eventually they bust out, and the hand almost is about to grab them through the door, but it stops. It sees that the sun's about to come out, and it needs to go. It just go like a snake. It just slithers right back inside the house, and the 3 friends. And I didn't write this part in there. My partner, after reading it, told me I had to change the ending. I don't remember what I originally wanted to do, but I'm gonna guess, because how I am, it was gonna be fucked up. And he said, just have it where like they decide to split the cash, and just never talk about what happened.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
First of all, I'd absolutely fucking watch that horror movie, dude. That's fucking great.
Yeah. It was inspired by Monster House, or the original concept for Monster House, since apparently the film was supposed to have. Apparently, the film was originally supposed to be way more gory than it was originally planned, which I was surprised to hear about.
No, I'm actually not surprised to hear about it, because it was kind of just this niche horror movie. And typically those tend to be like... There's a lot of backstory when it comes to like niche cartoon movies, Ones that don't always typically get like a lot of... You're never going to hear that backstory with something like Cars 2, but you're going to hear it with a fucking not indie, but like studio made. Like I heard some weird shit about Paranorman too.
Wait, Who invited the Pillarmen in here?
You Speedwagon.
Okay, I just saw the
You
comments.
Speedwagon.
Actually,
okay.
it's Stroheim.
Okay, I just saw the comments, and yes, Omni, that's pretty much what I did. I was supposed to. My teacher and classmates were expecting me to write Scooby-Doo, and I wound up writing Hellraiser. I had such sights to show them.
Practically the same movie. Ruh-roh,
Scooby,
we gotta fight Jigsaw.
Oh,
like, man.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
How old were you?
To show you. I was about like 14. No, I was 15 years old.
You know what's funny is I actually got a similar story to that.
Okay.
In fact,
I thought you were gonna be like 10 years old writing this shit up.
Oh no!
And that would have been like fucking.
No! I had dark shit when I was 10. Granted, they weren't really that good when I think about it, but I was like, when I always realized I have a dark sense of humor, and I go for some really dark shit. But when I was 10, I had some fucked up nightmares. I once had a nightmare that was recurring, where I would get like tortured by this weird version of me that was like that had like long legs and arms, had like really fucked up red skin, glowing red eyes, and wouldn't stop grinning at me.
Slender.
You're getting tortured by your profile picture on Discord. You're getting tortured by your profile picture on Discord.
It's Slender Zorro.
Yeah. No, it's Zibaro. It's Zibaro guy.
No.
If you get, Omni will get it because like he read All Star Superman, but whatever. You guys won't.
Zibaro. Just your polar negative.
Yeah.
I actually have a counter story to this. Funny enough. One of the things I wrote a lot of creepy shit in high school, and one of the things I absolutely fell in love with in high school was creepypasta. But it used to both terrify me and inspire me, strangely enough. And whenever I'd read a creepypasta, that's all I'd want to do is just write horror or think about it for the next day. And one day I read a creepypasta, and I wrote a story back in high school, and it was this uber ultra-violent, super gory kind of plotline about this killer called the Eraser, who would...
Oh, I read that. I think that sounds familiar.
I don't know. I made it up. But essentially this dude goes into his house and he finds it being robbed and his kids are dead. And his kids died in like super ultra gory ways. I don't want to get into it here. I can't even remember how it happened. But essentially he awakens this evil kind of like spirit within him. And I got past the first part. But later that day, there was a substitute teacher that terrified the pants off the substitute teacher.
Oh my god.
Later that day, I actually got called into the guidance counselor's office. And they're like, Matt, what the fuck is this shit?
It's my brain.
I had to assure them that the story had a happy ending.
Oh my god.
Which... No, it doesn't, because I never finished it. So
the what is
the
it
happy
again?
ending is that it
Eraser.
ended. The suffering
The
ended for them.
Eraser.
What's his gimmick again?
I forget. Man, it's fuck.
The
I don't know.
ending is that the end has been erased.
Well,
There is no ending. There was no ending.
well, with a name like Eraser, wouldn't it be like something that it takes away something, or if it
like code?
I think one of the I think one of the original gimmicks was he would essentially I think one of the original gimmicks and why he was called the Eraser was that back in the day I was just playing with supernatural elements, and essentially he killed a person and everyone around him would be affected.
Like it erased
he could
them
kill
from
a person,
their minds.
it erased them from their minds, but the erasing process from their minds was physical and painful.
Oof.
Oh god, I'm like imagining.
So like everyone who
Eraserhead.
knew that person, like were
Suffers.
screaming and panicking for the entire day as the memory of this person physically gets erased from their mind.
So basically,
And for some, it's fatal.
So basically, you just reach inside their brain and
Wait,
rip the memory out.
Wait,
literally
wait. If
reach
it's
inside their
fatal,
brain.
wouldn't,
For some, it's
wouldn't
fatal.
they get wouldn't those that survive get double the pain because there's 2 people dead?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh heck.
Well, actually,
where would I go to double hell?
Oh god, that's
actually the
would
funny
be a
thing
terrifying
is
thing.
the funny thing is seeing the people around them writhe in pain as you know, as their memory physically gets wiped, and the process is explained to cause brain damage to those who can survive it potentially. Some people escape scot-free. Some people. I
had a friend named Scot-Free.
Really fucking.
Wait, you know Mr. Miracle?
That's not even close to the. Some of them escaped with minor brain damage. Some of them escaped with major brain damage, and some of them just straight up fucking died.
You lost the lottery! Your prize is death!
Congratulations! You win the ability to not live anymore. I don't want it.
Congratulations, you got free brain surgery.
What? Congratulations, you have you've earned the ability to be unable.
Congratulations! No.
Congratulations.
I want that. I want that as a shirt. Someone make that into a shirt. Congratulations! No.
Congratulations!
I
now
want
get
that
out.
shirt now.
Now get out! Everybody out! You're spoiling the moment!
No, it's just no.
No. That's not even close to the most devastating thing I've written, honestly. That title goes to a dropped story. I don't really do ultraviolence anymore. I did it kind of just like as a test for like, or I wrote this one kind of as like.
I'm just kidding.
Essentially, the most violent story I've ever written was one called Rainbow Requiem. I think I've talked about it.
If it's not about Valhalla, I'll be pissed.
It's a little bit of... it's not really about Valhalla, but...
Valhalla.
So essentially, the story starts with this guy, Jadison, and he's put into this
Jonah Jadison?
No.
Okay.
Give me pictures of the eraser.
Give me pictures of the TV man!
The TV man.
So
you are the TV man now. You run the Daily Bugle, which now looks like InfoWars.
I want pictures of Paul Joseph Watson.
For no particular reason.
Apparently he's really attractive, and so is his girlfriend.
I want pictures of him. For no reason at all.
For no reason.
For no reason at all. I'll stop now.
I had to send Speedwagon. He has a username. I keep referring to him as Speedwagon.
His actual
name is Solo Calgon.
He said his laptop overheated, Matt. He's not gonna come back.
Oh shit.
Hey, Ruins, you need to accept the fact you will never be a Joe star.
But I want to.
Can you not be a Jeffrey star? Thank you.
You can't be a Joe star, but you can be a Brando.
No, I'm a Joe star.
No.
No.
You want it,
I'll be a Zeppeli if I have to.
You're a COD star. Get your aimbot.
Oh, you don't want to be a
play.
Zeppeli, man. That's like the kiss of death.
Oh yeah, it's a death curse.
Even in I'm not a big JoJo fan, but I know that anyone who's a Zeppeli just dies.
You know what? Fuck it. I'll be a Higashikata.
Or
Kujo.
Guys.
Yes.
Speedwagon is in general. I'm not sure.
We should pull him in.
Back in.
We should pull him in.
Yeet.
Yep.
Hey, Nix, do you have any stories you want to share?
About
Anything?
Solo Calgon.
no, I'm not sure. I mean, given what Pizarro said about English class, which was also my favorite class, I was the only one who always got a good mark whenever there was a story to write.
That's
Interesting point to bring up is that
interesting, actually.
you say marks. What you call marks, we call grades.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's
That's fine.
completely fine. It's interesting.
You want to know what's
I just
funny
find it
is
really
I think we're all here because our English teachers praised our writing at one point. I remember you telling story.
That.
I remember you. You sure?
I'm dead sure.
Oh.
My English teachers liked my writing, but they also told me not to write more horror stories.
It'll be too shocking for the little ones.
I was told grammar was absolute garbage, actually.
Really?
Really?
I don't think the grammar was what they praised on mine. I made one of my teachers cry once based on a story I wrote.
Well, that's either an
My
achievement or something to
My teacher straight up told me that one thing they did like about my writing was that I really got into detail on there. Like, I'd always try to paint a picture in there. Like, even when I did script writing classes for video production, I would always try to paint a picture to it, always paint a picture and stuff in there.
Yeah.
Like, again, as I told you, that whole thing with the haunted house, like, I wanted to make it feel like you were in there with the wall, with the fleshlight walls and stuff, and the fucked up like floor.
Did you say fleshlight walls?
I said flesh-like walls, but yeah. What is your internet history, dear sir?
Why should you know?
FBI.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Kid, I don't kink shame anyone. I don't care.
Kink shaming is my kink. God damn it, Matt! We gotta stop. It's time to stop, Matt.
What part of a fleshlight is kink shaming? What the fuck are you guys on about?
That's a good question.
I said fleshlight wall.
Yeah, but someone said no kink shaming, but there's no. It's a fleshlight. Are you guys afraid of fleshlights now?
No. The fleshlight No.
Just have them hanging from the ceiling, like in a torture chamber.
Oh yeah.
Oh God! No, please!
Why would you have a wall full of fleshlights? Why?
Omnitron brings up a great point. Flesh lightsaber is something to be feared.
God.
It's white. It's fucking white. It has to be fucking white.
Okay, at some point.
I'm going
it's red, but only when. Well, actually, a fleshlight can be red, but that's only if if their partner hasn't been tested.
You fool! And he just pulls out the red fleshlight.
Yeah.
You fool!
Good. Is
red.
Where do they pull it out from?
Come to the disease side.
Let the herpes flow through you.
Feel the power of the herpes side.
That's a really good Palpatine.
At some point I gotta invite Omni to the Noiseroom podcast.
Actually, that was more along the lines of me trying to do Imperfect Cell.
You gotta nail the word Skywalker.
Skywalker.
Omni says, you do not know the power of the crab side.
You do not know the power of the crab side.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go Kingdom Hearts. Itching within itching awaits you, Sora.
Well, in Kingdom Hearts, we do have a character who kind of uses lightsabers.
Pieces of herpes, the clap, and a box of Skittles.
Eat the rainbow. Taste the rainbow.
Disney makes Star Wars, but they
Yank
fight
the
with
rainbow.
STDs.
Taste the rainbow.
I guarantee you, there's like some sort of like really weird pornographic fan fiction of that somewhere.
Oh,
I don't
no.
want to know what it
Flows
is.
through you like a
Of
river.
what? Of what?
A freaking like fighting like Star Wars, but with flashlights instead of lightsabers.
Oh,
no.
yeah. I'm pretty
Now
sure
I
that's
need
a
to.
thing.
Oh gosh, that's bad.
I've been
It's stuck in
opened
my
up
head.
to the I've been opened up to the wonderful world of not porn itself, but dialogue in porno movies.
What do you
It's
mean by
always
that?
really. There was this
You mean,
one
like,
video
really
a friend of
bad,
mine.
like-
Yeah,
like
like really bad dialogue, which is
Like,
actually better
on-the-nose
than the movie
shit.
itself. Like one of my favorite ones is there's this couple and there's this sitting in like a fucking like a lemon garden, and he's like, "What a beautiful day it is! Oh, what a beautiful! I hope no lemony whores come and steal all of our lemons."
Lemony.
Lemony whores.
Snickets.
I'll have to send it.
Some lemony horror.
Well, this is a series of unfortunate events.
Man,
Correct.
we've gone through tweets, horror stories, and now porn.
Anybody
Where
else
else
want to
did this
carry
podcast
us
go?
to this
What about
next
hypnosis?
magical land?
Anyway, guys, subscribe to my OnlyFans. It's www.onlyfans.com/. No, I'm kidding.
Subscribe to my Only Fools.
Yeah, it's his username is no, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding.
No,
I'm
it's
kidding.
subscribe to my Only Fools, where it's just an OnlyFans, but instead of like
Okay,
actual nudity, it's clowns.
Subscribe
I
to my
haven't-
only bands.
Okay, I have a confession to make because we were talking about horror and clowns. I finally watched it, and I'm very late.
Wait,
I
which
haven't
one?
even watched any of it yet.
I
Wait, are
never
you
watched
Any
it.
of what?
Wait, are you talking
Any of
about the
what?
Curry version or the?
We're talking about it.
The 2017 one.
Okay.
Yeah, I never
Oh, what'd you
watched
think?
it. What did I think? I'm not familiar with horror movies, so I don't have a lot of
Lemon stealing
I
horror
don't, I, don't,
movies.
I don't have a lot of criticism towards them because the only
Hmm.
reason I watched it because it was with my girlfriend and she wanted to watch that. So
So it's like,
Hey,
what are you thinking?
It's
Or
not.
lack thereof.
It's
I,
not.
yeah.
There will always
Oh,
be a
man.
clown here to fake a smile for you.
Oh my god, that fucking thing.
Okay.
No.
While we're on it, I do recommend to anyone who is a metal fan check out Ice Nine Kills. Those guys made a horror movie,
Oh, yeah.
a rock music album,
I know
and
them.
one of the songs is literally a tribute to it. They even did a music video where the lead singer dresses up like Pennywise. And in fact,
Yeah.
it's the book version of Pennywise, which I
Yeah,
was actually impressed.
I've heard about Ice Nine Kills. I've never listened to them, but I know that some a friend of mine listens to them and he likes them. So
Oh yeah, they're great, man. These guys they clearly also have fun doing it. The only song I really wasn't that into was from the album with Freak Flags and We Are the Savages, because they really don't. One's like a Texas Chainsaw, and the other one's I forget what I think the one was. I forget what Freak Flag was, but the one of them was. But We Are the Savages is supposed to be Texas Chainsaw, but. It could mean anything really. It really they don't really.
You
do
got
much to
Texas
make it feel like it.
Chainsaw, you got Texas Coleslaw, you got Texas Bone Saw.
Bonesaw is ready.
metal is probably one of the genres where I'm most lacking in because usually I know about a lot of stuff, but like when it comes to metal, I used to be into it, but I don't know.
Snow, make me a fucking lo-fi metal song.
I'm behind on the chat here.
You're
Omnitron
just-
says 3 things. Every villain is lemons.
Lemons.
And
Let's
Speaking of-
squeeze them.
the Silver
speaking of,
Scream is
I-
the album by Ice Nine Kills.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a great
speaking-
album. And also, by the way, my favorite to anyone that's curious
And Freak
is
Flag was
Enjoy Your
supposed to be
Sleigh.
to be Devil's Rejects.
That was Devil's
Speaking-
Rejects? Seriously?
Supposed to
Okay,
be.
I want to tackle a comment that was said earlier on the stream, and that was every villain is lemons. I want to use this to segue into talking about how I really liked Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated.
Yes.
That's a hot take.
It kind of is actually, because a lot of fucking like review sites like IGN and GameSpot are giving it low scores.
I did see a very.
And I got some fucking shit to say. Oh, there's a lot of glitches in the game, but like, okay, here's my take. SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom is a re-release of a fucking PS2 collectathon platformer. In its heyday, it was kind of a niche experience. Despite being SpongeBob, the game grabbed like a very niche but dedicated audience. The game exists solely for that specific audience. The game doesn't serve to reinvent gaming. The game doesn't serve to push the medium forward. The game serves to just be a pretty to really good collectathon platformer. And it does its job really well. I don't need SpongeBob Battles. Yeah, it's just a really fun pick up and play game. It's got a lot of stuff for the speedrunning community. Yeah, it's a good game. It's got a lot of shit for the speedrunning community.
Can you feel it now, Mr. Krabs?
It's a good game.
It's a good game. It's not the best game. It's a strong 6 to a low 7.
Oh my god, you fucking did my joke, Matt.
What? I'm serious.
It's strong 6 to light 7. I was about
No,
to
that's
do
it. That's I'm not even joking. That's what I feel.
Light spelled L-I-T-E.
And I'm about to play it right now.
It was about
Nintendo.
Mr.
Is that a
Lightbeard.
Fantano reference or something?
Well, he literally says at the end of his videos like strong number 2, light number. So
yeah, that's just a common.
I did a
thing.
strong number 2 this morning.
You know, I stopped watching Anthony Fantano after it came out that he was less attractive than Paul Joseph Watts.
Yeah, same.
Great segue to our topic of the day.
Watson.
Go to bed, Paul.
So
Which is
basically,
also
my
the name
new,
of this
guys,
podcast.
I didn't want
Or
to talk
this
about it, but my
episode.
new girlfriend is actually Paul Joseph Watson.
Money.
So you're the
Dun,
one who's
dun,
also more
dun.
attractive than.
Yeah, I'm the
So
one
you're
who's
the
more
one
attractive.
who's
You're more
than Anthony
attractive
Fantano.
and twice divorced and 40 years old at
Right.
17.
At
You're 40 years
17,
old
he's
at
been-
17.
He's 40,
That's
he's
right.
40 years old. I'm so proud of her. She's 40 years old. I'm so proud of her.
Oh boy.
I'm so proud of you for being 40 years old at 17.
When I was your
That's
age,
not
I
how
was 40.
works. My brain can't comprehend.
How old are you?
Louis.
What? 20? When your age, I was 25.
When you were age,
Me
I
just
was
compared me 22.
guess what fucking number? Guess.
What?
Fucking do it.
21.
No balls. I dare you. Do it. Guess what number I'm gonna
21.
say. Nobody?
I said
What?
21.
24, I mean, sorry.
Snow,
You know what's
you know
funnier
me
than
too well to
24?
be saying 25. Fucking guess.
I said
122.
I said 24.
No.
122. Get it?
Thank
That's a
you!
Techno reference.
Thank
get
you,
my
Matt!
joke, you get it, you
Catch 22.
understand.
122 is the winner.
91210.
Hey, we're the
69.
same age.
Andromeda.
Close.
122. Do you
24.
get it? Do you get my Techno Cinema reference? Do you understand that is a joke from Techno Cinema that is very funny joke
Yeah.
from Techno
Funny,
Cinema.
Funny, not
actually gonna
funny, didn't laugh.
actually gonna be
Andromeda
25 pretty
90210 was
I'm
was
younger
the,
than
was
a
the
lot
drama,
of my friends.
Was the fictional drama in Jimmy Neutron's Win, Lose, and Kaboom.
Oh yeah.
And the
Tim
fucking
Allen was, like,
like
the host.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire question was about that, and everybody was fucking terrified or fucking shocked after that.
Sodium
Oh, man.
chloride. It's salt.
Dude, it's salt. That's what I said. Sodium
No,
chloride.
it's sodium chloride. Dude,
Actually,
it's
dude,
salt.
it's salt.
If you don't know what salt is, maybe service isn't the best thing for you.
I mean, technically, sodium chloride for table salt isn't sodium chloride.
Jimmy's
What is
just a
it,
fucking dick.
then?
There's a video online. After the podcast, I'll share it with you.
Yeah, I've seen it before.
My favorite Jimmy Neutron villain was Sandy Cheeks.
That's SpongeBob
I'm
villain.
gonna fucking come to your house and just beat your ass.
You know where I live. There's my kneecap.
Matt, you already failed.
My favorite.
Yesterday you didn't know what an birthday is. Now you've just failed at the Nickelodeon trivia.
My favorite SpongeBob villain is actually Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Hey, Matt.
That's from Perry the Platypus.
That's from Perry the Platypus.
You're wrong.
Hey, Matt.
What? No. I didn't mean it. Listen, give me another chance. It was just a goof. It was just a joke.
Piece of
It was
shit.
just
Get
a
over
funny-
here. Get over here.
Ow! Oh no!
We're just gonna start hearing a whole bunch of ass kicking.
Oh, my ass! It's been thoroughly kicked. Oh no! Stop drumming on me.
I'll jump on you all the fuck I want.
Who's been a
go back to my
bad
house.
person?
You're a bad girl.
Oh man.
You've been a naughty girl, even. And as I am daddy.
Oh my god, yes.
The
You're
fucking
hearing
Ben
it, you're hearing
Shapiro.
it live,
Yes.
folks. Ruin is getting his ass kicked and possibly neutered.
All right, guys, I'm back. What did I miss?
I'm front.
Oh no.
Okay, then.
Oh no.
You're
Who's
next.
the top and
You're
bottom?
next.
Well, man, I sure have
Can I
learned
be
my
middle?
lesson. No,
No, you
my
haven't.
golden spatula.
The patty slinging spatula man.
The
hash
hash
slinging
slinging slasher.
Ashing,
The slack singing.
the trash ringing, the cash
Yeah.
dinging.
The mash flinging.
Who's flickering my lights?
The hashtagging slasher.
Nosferatu.
How'd you get in my house?
Nosferatu nowadays is actually not threatening.
What do you?
Oh my
Wait,
God,
that's
it's
no.
a
That's what you
sand-
call. That's what you call. That's what you call a horror film about Twitter. The hashtagging slasher.
Oh, no.
Funny thing, you know, Nosferatu was created because like they wanted to make a Dracula film, but they didn't own the rights.
The zigzagging
about right.
slasher.
That sounds about
The
right.
zigzagging.
So back in those days, so even back in those days,
The
you
zigzagging
couldn't escape
Zalgo.
copyright.
The zigzagging dasher.
No, zigzagging Zalgo.
The audio
Zalgo's actually a
wave
thing I hear.
dasher.
It's like some kind of entity. I don't know what kind of entity he is, but he's very horror based.
So, Tech, I should ask, how far are you in Battle for Bikini Bottom?
I haven't gotten past the first area. I mean, I've gotten through
really?
Jellyfish Fields. I'm in the city right now.
So how are you playing? Are you doing it like collect all the spatulas in an area and then you leave, or are you doing it like
I'm doing it sort of naturally. If I see the opportunity, I will take it. But if I missed anything, I'll go back.
Okay.
Because
I'm doing it I kind of started doing it the way Dom did it,
'Cause-
where it's like, you know.
because freaking God knows I'll miss something. I'll miss something like completely obvious.
Honestly, I'm going back for specifically socks and other collectibles. The socks are the ones I don't have the attention span to just get or look up guides for, but I'm trying to get all the spatulas before I leave an area.
Hey guys.
Hmm?
Do 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 do. It's gonna be the most haphazard thing on the recording.
That's how we end it. That's how we have to end it. We have to end the podcast with the end SpongeBob theme. Dun 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 dun.
No, I'll do the doom 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 doom. All right. Speaking of which, it's 11 o'clock. Do we want to
Yeah, it is.
end it here?
We could.
I mean, I'm about to pass out into sleep, so please.
I am not about to pass out, but I should pass out.
Yeah, I need
Before
to take
we
my
go-
nighttime meds as well.
Before we go,
I
does
scheduled
anyone have any
my
fi-
pass outs, but it should be going 3, 2.
Does anyone have any final stories? Speedwagon, Bizarro.
I do. I have
Nix?
one more.
I got
it's a
one.
quick one.
All right, everybody share their last story, and then we can head out.
Right.
Head for Betty Bye.
All right. I once, when I was 5, was reading a book. My grandmother came over and was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Reading." She's like, "No, you're not." I'm like, "Yes, I am." She's like, "Read me a page then." I read her a page. She's like, "How'd you learn?" I'm like, "Sesame Street."
And then she died.
Of shock, yes.
I'm shocked that you can read. I will die.
Yes, at 5 years old, yes.
That's awesome. That's an awesome story.
Who's next?
All right, Bizarro. Got anything?
Yeah, I got one real quick. Once upon a time, I went inside Ruin's dream. I took his happiest childhood memory and replaced it with something awful. The end.
You're the one who took my cat girl memories.
He erased it.
Yep.
You've
The truth
been
is,
erased.
I am the eraser.
I was gonna be like,
You're
okay.
the
Truth be
eraser.
told, I was gonna be
He
like.
made me real.
Truth be told, I was gonna be like, after the pass out thing, I was
I
gonna stay
created you, I can
silent
destroy you.
until the outro, but I couldn't. There was too much good.
I
details
created
going
you.
on.
I can destroy you.
Yeah, just get an eraser.
Or as they
Like,
say, or as they say in
Like you
Rob,
try to press a button.
or
He
as they
tries to press a button and he's
as-
like, "Oh damn it! I put it on the wrong guy."
as they say in Robert Rodriguez speak, I dreamt you up and I cannot dream you.
That's not
Oh
how it
yeah,
works
Shark
with
Boy
dreams.
Lava Girl.
Before we end, Nix, do you have anything you wanted to share? Hello?
Next.
Hello.
Do you have anything you'd want to share before we end the podcast?
Nix, do you have anything to share?
Share the Z's.
Mr. Krabs, I have an idea.
Do you feel it now, Mr. Krabs?
And answering to your question, Ruin, I do not have any other interesting stories.
Aw.
It's okay.
It's chill.
I hope you had
We
fun.
be ice.
Yeah. It all good. I wasn't even
all
supposed to be
good.
here today.
What about Maya? She hasn't spoken. For
I didn't
a
expect
lot
to
of
be
the podcast.
selected.
Oh yeah, Maya. If she wants to come on and share a story, that's perfectly reasonable too.
Yeah.
Is she alive?
She's
I know
muted.
she's there.
Arrival.
Maybe
Are
she.
you alive?
She's probably doing something else.
I want to
so-
be alive. I am alive. Alive,
not.
I tell you, mother. I love you.
I love you.
I want to hold you.
I want to
I
run,
want to run in
in
the stream.
Is this is something I should know?
Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty, yeah.
I assumed so.
I need to watch that.
Great show. Great show.
Oh man, I'm alive. Goodbye.
Hello.
Pasta with
I'm
pizza.
alive. No, you're
I
not.
want to be alive. I am
Yeah.
alive.
I gotta
Alive,
one
I
show I'm
tell
definitely
you.
looking forward to check out is Close Enough.
Close
I
enough
don't
is
have
is
HBO
oh
Max.
man. No, I'm gonna have to watch it like illegally until I can get the means. But Close Enough is something. Is I'm so glad that that's finally fucking coming out.
The JJ Quintel thing. Yeah.
Jace-
I wanted to.
Dude,
The one with the
Close
clowns
Enough.
who make balloons out.
I watched that. I watched that.
Wait for it.
That's not a giraffe. That's a dog. Wait for it.
I owe them $3,000.
It's coming out.
Dude.
Hey, Eden. Hey, Eden.
Yeah.
Dude, close enough.
Dude, close enough.
It's like
Dude,
Close enough.
I'm alive. No, you're not.
Dead, alive.
Close enough.
I am
Okay,
alive.
so I just got a
tried-
message from
I
Maya.
tried rubbing two remotes
Yeah?
together. It didn't work. As a gun
So I
cocking
asked her if she
sound.
wanted to tell a story, and she said no, but thanks for asking.
All right.
Alright,
Yeah, I think she's
so
busy.
we can end the podcast.
Hasta la pizza, pasta people.
So yeah, thank you everybody for
We
tuning
gotta
in.
end it with the. We gotta end it with the.
Yep, but first, thank you everybody for thank you everybody. I would like to speak English, please. Thank you,
do it,
everybody, for tuning in.
Do a mumble rap.
You wish.
Hey.
Hey.
Hasta la pizza.
Tell me what you.
Bye, everyone. I'll see you in your nightmares. If you see someone, and if you try to talk to me in your nightmares, I'll make it worse.
I'm the person in your dreams staring at you intently.
I'm still a cat boy.
But like,
Remember,
okay,
I'm still a cat boy.
Yeah, we need to do the outro now.
Guys. So thank you everybody for tuning in. You know, we for those of you who are new to this, we got Avastera, we got a Patreon, we got Matt's got a great channel, I've got a great channel, Maya's got a great channel. We all
follow the Ruins channel.
We
I
all
got myself
great,
a channel.
Zara's got a great channel.
We're all great people who are doing great things. So if you want to see more, you know where to click, and we'll see you next time.
Hasta la pizza.
Yeah. Once again, as I said before, see you in your nightmares.
I'm not associated with these people.
Yes, you are.
Who are you guys? What am I doing here?
We've kidnapped you.
Beep, 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 beep.